Hello Luca, this is Pappi. I'm so sorry I can't see you this Christmas, but look, Santa's lent me his outfit because he knows how sad I am that I can't see you. And he said, if I read you a story, then that would make you happier. So I'm going to read you a story called The Snowman, and it's a book that you've got, so Mummy can take you through the pages as I tell you the story. The Snowman. It was morning, and as soon as he opened his eyes and saw the bright white light coming through the window, James knew it would be a magical day. It was snowing. He'd never dressed so quickly. Hardly time for breakfast. At last he was outside, making giant footprints in the snow and throwing snowballs. He began to roll a huge snowball and suddenly had an idea. The best thing to do would be to make a snowman. A big body. And then he'd have to have a quick lunch, no time to stop. A big round head, cold eyes, a tangerine nose, a hat and scarf, and last of all, James drew a mouth with his finger. His snowman was finished. His snowman was smiling. It's hard but it was time for bed for James. But it's hard to sleep when you're thinking of a snowman outside all alone. James got up and went out into the night. The day had been so special, but this was magical. The snowman waved, raised his hat, and walked towards the house. James took the snowman's hand and they went indoors. The snowman was then sat by the fire. He looked at all the things in the house, the Christmas tree. But the best thing was the fridge, because the snowman liked that the best. Upstairs, Mum and Dad were fast asleep. The snowman tried everything, including Mum's perfume, which nearly made him sneeze. The snowman danced to music from the music box and played with James's toys. And Mum and Dad didn't wake up. Back outside, they rode through the fields and forest on Dad's motorbike. But the snowman needed to be cold, and the motorbike made his legs very hot. So James took the snowman to the big freezer, and soon, the snowman's legs were mended. Then suddenly the snowman stopped smiling and listened. What could he hear? Was he remembering something? Then he began to run across the snow. James ran with him. He caught the snowman's hand, and all at once, they were walking in the air, looking far below, holding very tight, and flying across the world. When at last they landed, the snowman led James through the dark woods until they came across the most amazing sight that James could ever have imagined. All the snowmen and snow women were in the world had come for a party. And there was Father Christmas. And he gave James a present. A big, big hug. Just like Pappi would like to give to you. Then they all went into the night and drank and ate and danced and danced and danced until it was time to go home. They flew back the same way they had come, through the sky. And soon they landed safely in James's garden. The snowman stood where James had first made him. But then James ran back and gave him one last hug and whispered, "Thank you." Next morning, the sun was shining and James leapt out of bed and rushed down the stairs and out through the door to see his very special snowman. He couldn't believe his eyes as he walked towards a heap of melted snow, and a hat and a scarf, a tangerine and some pieces of coal. Had he been dreaming? James felt in his dressing gown pocket and pulled out a snowman's scarf, his present given to him by Father Christmas, far away on one magical night. Oh, that's a lovely story about the snowman. Merry Christmas, Luca. Bye for now.